political affiliations, because I represent a senatorial district that has APC, PDP, and even those who don't believe or belong to any political party. And so are all other senators. And when there's an issue, a challenge in any of our senatorial districts, the challenge does not discriminate between political parties. When people will be kidnapped along Kaduna-Abuja road, they don't ask you if you belong to APC or PDP before they say, enter, and they kidnap. They simply block the road. If you are lucky, they kidnap. If you are not, they open fire and kill people. So we have to have a united National Assembly, particularly the Senate. I also believe that when we disagree with the other arm of government, the executive arm of government, and we will definitely disagree, because by design, the Constitution has given us that responsibility and function of oversight, of checking possible executive excesses. We disagree with dignity. We disagree and to agree on the national interest. The national interest must always remain the bottom line, beyond which nobody goes and above which nobody goes. This can simplify our work and make us succeed. At the end of the day, what we are supposed to achieve is to bring good governance, to make democracy work, to reward the investments of our people, the investments in terms of the votes they have cast for us to be here and for the president to also be in office. So we have to work together. I believe that when we work together, we can achieve better, we can achieve more at a lesser cost. But for one day, I never imagined that the executive and the legislature will not disagree. It's not possible. But when we disagree, let's disagree on the basis of issues, and those issues must be resolved on the basis of the national interest. Mr. President, I cannot conclude my remarks without paying tribute to Senator David Mark, the former President of the Senate, the President of the Senate, 6th and the 7th Senate. Mr. President, you had 4 years with him as Senate President. Now you are the Senate President and he's a Senator. This is one individual leader in this country who has shown capacity in leadership, patriotism, and commitment and courage to ensuring that this National Assembly worked for Nigerians, that the legislature and the executive must work to deliver, and those of us who were younger at that time were petted by the then Senate President. When I say petted, the Senate President would always give us an opportunity, whether inside chamber or outside, to try to be who we are. Sometimes here, of course, I was undermined, especially in the 6th Senate. I will call when Senator Teslim Folarin will sit here, and I will raise my hand, I will raise the second one, and he would just tell the Senate President, don't call him. Maybe I was going to contribute in a difficult issue or something. But we enjoyed ourselves. He built confidence in us. He gave us that sense that we can be like him or even better. Today, I'm paying tribute to him, and I'm doing this genuinely and sincerely. We may belong to different political parties. I believe that David Mark should have no political party. I'm happy he has announced that he has retired from active politics. What I want to see is David Mark to leave partisan politics, not active politics, because he is such a person, a leader in this country, that any political party in government or in power should use his natural leadership endowments. Finally, Mr. President, our staff, starting with clerk of the Senate, you have done a very wonderful job. You have taught us a lot of things, especially since I became Senate leader. You have put us through. Our friends seated here, and the The press, what could we have done better without you? We couldn't have been heard or seen without you. You have done an excellent job. We'll ever continue to thank you and remember you. And let me say this, that those of us who are coming to the next Senate, the 9th Senate, by the grace of God, we are going to carry the responsibility of ensuring that those things that we have gotten right here in the 8th Senate, we continue to do them and try to improve on them. Those things that we have not gotten it right, we will work hard to ensure that we get them right. One thing we didn't get right was our inability for the 4 years to reduce the number of school-going children who are walking and roaming our streets. Nigeria has the highest number of 14 or 16 million children out of school. This is not acceptable. This is not only a social issue, but a security challenge to Nigeria. So the next Senate, and indeed the National Assembly, must do everything possible to get all the stakeholders, not only the executive arm of government, but every possible major stakeholder round the table to see how we can reduce or eliminate this number of 14 or 16 million children who are not going to school, because we can never know peace. Mr. President, my father was a commoner, but I was privileged to go to school, and that made the difference in my life. I want to see the son or daughter of every Nigerian, most especially the commoners, getting opportunities for their children and want to go to school. They don't have to go to up to BSc level or degree level, but at least the basic education where there is a terminal level at the JSS 3 level. If someone is not able to go to SSS 1, at least let that person get the entrepreneurial skills to go and be a carpenter or a mechanic, something that that person will be looking forward to and living for. Thank you very much, Mr. President. I must thank you. We have had a very decent, cordial relationship working. I believe that we had maybe just few moments of disagreement, but those things we did behind the scenes, and that's how it is supposed to be. Because as leaders, we are supposed to be our brothers' keepers. We should be advising ourselves, and even when we disagree, we should disagree with dignity and respect. Thank you very much. For the DSP, I've learned a lot from the DSP, like all of us, because this is the longest serving presiding officer in the history of Nigerian legislature. For 12 good solid years, he has been the deputy president of the Senate. You are a repository of legislative knowledge and procedures. Thank God you are not taking away with you. So he's going to be here for us to continue to tap from his experiences. Senator Adeye is not here, but I want to say that Senator Adeye, of course, we were in the House of Reps together. This is one Nigerian who can tell you as it is and even speak against himself. But he's a wonderful, very wonderful human being and very wonderful Nigerian. The other members of the principal officers, body of principal officers, especially the minority leader, very nice person, very nice person, very nice. Even though she could be controversial, but she has been absolutely fantastic. And all my colleagues, I want to thank you and also join others in begging you for forgiveness if in the course of our work we would have done something wrong to someone. And it was possible that we did it, but it must not be, I didn't do that deliberately. Definitely, as human beings, from time to time, we will do things in a very, maybe unacceptable way. But thank God, I've enjoyed myself a bit as Senate leader, but I enjoyed myself more as an opposition person, because here, defending government, you don't have many friends. It is by the grace of God we are here, and we have done our best to ensure that everybody here supports the position of our government, and you have done so well to allow me lead the debates all the time. Thank you very much. God bless all of us. God bless the Senate and indeed the National Assembly of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. God bless this country, especially the people of this country who have tolerated us after they voted for us. Thank you very much.
Distinguished colleagues, at this point, I will now have to put the question. I put the question, those in favor that this Senate do adjourn Senate diet. Those in favor say aye. Aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. The Senate of the 8th Senate of the Federal Republic of Nigeria hereby stand adjourned Senate.